you actually see that this is trapped. You see that there is a wire that comes off of where it looks like if this chest is moved, then the wires are going to be pulled. The wire, you can see that the wire is embedded up the earthen wall. And as you kind of look up, you can see that there are a number of false panels above this chest, as in the rope will pull those small hatches open and something will drop out of it. What is going to drop out of it, or what could drop out of it, you have no clue. But you think you could probably disarm this bad boy. It's actually it is definitely a complicated trap. This isn't your typical, run-of-the-mill easy lockpick and that's it. This is actually a pretty complex trap where there's, wires involved and a couple springs.
What kind of a check's going to be involved to disarm the strap?
That would be we'll go ahead and we'll use your thieves tools check, and I'll do the same thing. I will roll my 8-sided, and we'll see if you are successful, unsuccessful, and I'll let you know what happens. That's if you decide to. But now, as for the lock, it's trapped too. So the same thing's going to happen. It's probably going to move.
So there's two traps.
Yes, one on the
there's
lock,
a trap on the lock, there's
and
a
the
trap
chest
on the
itself.
movement.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And the chest itself.
Correct. And the chest is pretty valuable. So if you want to take the chest with you, which is actually pretty big, you'd have to lug that damn thing around. I don't know if you're going to be able to lug it around because you're in the middle of nowhere anyway. But if you want to disarm the lock, you can do that. Just don't move the chest.
And what kind of a check is
Thieves' tools.
Is thieves' tools?
Yes, sir, it is.
I'm saying, what is it? What's the bonus there?
That's
1d20 plus what?
It's got everything in there all for you. You just hit the Thieves' Tools macro, and it's already got it in there for you, bud.
Sorry, can't do it.
Oh, you don't have Thieves' Tools on there?
Nope, I'm not going to touch that lock.
Oh, you're just not going to
touch the chest. Don't know what the roll is. Can't do it.
All right. Well,
all right. So
you've got the macro up there. I've seen that it is attached to your token.
No, I don't think he.
No, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do the.
I just don't know what. I just don't know whether I want to do it or not.
You just got to debate it.
The odds are.
Yeah, it's a pretty complex trap. I mean, that's what I can tell you.
Look, here's what I think, Zelos. I mean, if you're asking for opinions here, I mean, this is a pretty snazzy box. I think it's going to be worth our while to open it up. So, you're telling me that there's a trap to move the box, to pull down the
There's two traps.
I don't think people like my new perception
and
and Thieves' Tools lock system.
I
don't think they like it.
Now,
I myself like it.
Can anybody else open traps? I think I might have a spell.
Batty, what's up?
But I think my spell is just to detect traps, but it wouldn't matter anyway. I'll look up in just a second, but it wouldn't really matter to me anyway. But even if all else fails, let's say that there's an explosion, we could at least squirrel away at get as far away as we can, and you can do Mage Hand and just set it off.
You also have inspiration, Zelos, if I'm not mistaken. So you could actually.
I believe I just burned that up. Did you
burn it? Who all burnt their inspiration? Was it Silverclaw and Miss?
Oh, I did Dragon Breath.
Terra.
Oh, okay. All right. So you did too, Zelos. So okay. All right. Gotcha.
Just to say to who was asking about spells and stuff.
I don't think they like the new system.
Have knock.
Well, what does that do? Does it open chests? But that just opens stuff, not disarms stuff. That might be a problem. It'll definitely open it, but then whatever trap it is will go off.
Yeah, that's true.
What kind of a roll is Thieves' Tools? Is it 1d20 plus something?
It's 1d20 plus your dexterity plus your proficiency because you're proficient in Thieves' Tools. So yeah, all that's added into the macro already.
So it's basically 1d20 plus 8.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So before you make the decision and roll that, let me just scan my.
They can
spells
see
real
my
fast here.
rolls.
Oh,
Googly. I don't hide any rolls from the players
that
anymore.
blows.
I don't hide any
I'm
rolls.
guessing from what Dave said, it's 1d20 plus 8, and it's gonna take a roll of 15 or better to unlock it.
I don't know.
Without setting the trap off.
Yeah. So I mean, if you feel confident, I mean, I'll be
slightly better than average.
Hey,
Got
I
a
have an
slightly
idea.
better than average chance of doing this.
But I can give you my inspiration, Zelos. I have an inspiration. I'll give you my inspiration so you can do advantage on that, and then that'll increase that even more.
Can you give another player inspiration?
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can give someone inspiration, absolutely.
So Zelos, let me do that. Let me give you my inspiration.
And then for
let me see- I don't have
inspiration,
any spells.
I
If
take
had
the
some
top
spells,
and
I
the
could
bottom
probably
number,
pump you
and
up,
that's
like put
one
armor on
or
you,
two.
or something
The
like that.
second-
Maybe
The
here's
second
a thought. I'm just throwing
number
this out
up
there.
and down
Maybe
on
we
top
should
and bottom
take
is
a rest.
3 or 4,
I'll
5,
get some
6,
spell
7,
points
8.
back.
Really
I can
easy
put
system.
some,
really easy system.
I can put some a sanctuary and some
No,
other
I roll an
whatever
8-sided
kind of protection
tabletopper.
spells on you that will help. Give you another.
And if he has
chance to
advantage,
even
then I
add
take
more to
the
your,
8-sided
give you
and
a
divide
bless
it
or
by
something, which
4.
will add more to your roll.
Very easy.
And Tara, can you do anything like put mage
Very
armor on him
easy.
or anything that'll decrease his or increase his
easy.
dexterity or anything?
Let me see if I have anything that will.
My thought
will
is,
help.
Zelos, here's my thought. I mean, come on, we just fought a buttload of people to get here. This is good shit. This is gonna be some good stuff in this treasure. It is highly trapped. I think we should try it. So if we take a rest and everybody just do what we can to pump you up, the worst thing that could happen is you could die. But I'll do what I can to bring you back to life, my friend. I've got animate dead. I'll just pick you up and puppet you.
I
if
just
all those
appreciate
spells-
the hell out of that.
But we'll first need to take a rest, so
Just
maybe
do
we should do
animate
that.
that, and I'll be the zombie in the back.
So what does the rest of the party think? You guys wanna kind of fortify our spot here and see if we can take a rest?
Well, I've already
Yes,
placed.
let's take a rest. We've got a trap established up at the top.
Fantastic.
See if anybody moves.
All right, Dave. So I'm gonna set up my sleeping bag or whatever the heck
All right,
I have, blanket.
I'll have to fix it later. So, all right. So you guys are resting. Now, who has the watches? Who's got first watch? Who's got second, and so forth?
Delos will take first watch.
Krivgar's taking number 2. Oh wait, that didn't come out right. He's taking the second watch.
All right. So Zealous is first. Krivgar's second.
I'll do third.
All right.
I'm just gonna sleep through the entire time, Dave, because I'm nobility.
All right. Sounds good.
Alright.
Anybody else for a fourth watch? Somebody give me a 1d20 random roll.
Well,
Just a flat 1d20, no bonuses, nothing like that.
Actually, if we give Tara if we do 2-hour shifts each for the first 2, then Tara can take on the rest because she only needs like 4 hours for her trams.
Yeah. Plus, you'll have unlimited fireballs again for a while. So your rest goes by uneventful. 8 hours happens. 8 hours goes by really quickly. Everybody gets their full spell points back. Everybody's back at full life. You guys haven't had a full rest in a while, so
No, man, that's good. That was like 2 games.
yeah.
All right.
So if
I'm
you
ready to-
used any of your, like I said earlier, if you used any of your hit dice heals, then you only get back half of the ones that you expended.
Good to know. I didn't use any of my hit dice. Thank God. All right, we're good to go.
All right. So what are you guys doing about this chest? Are you going to leave it there, or what? You guys did see that there was a piece of parchment with the written in common to pass. Speak the word Drazir.
Is somebody's mic on full blast?
Not mine, I don't think.
Kadojo is broadcasting.
Oh, Kadojo. Oh, I think he just crashed. I just lost him.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill the my mic manually here, so you won't hear me
Alright.
for a little bit.
Okay, so Yeah, so I think
Nah,
what we've
somebody
decided to do, Dave,
no frustrating
is
check.
I'm
Just
going to go ahead
which
and...
players
okay, so
knew
Zelos is going to attempt to disarm this...
what was going on
the lock. He's trying to unlock it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some guidance on him, which will give him a +4 to his roll.
Okay.
I'm going to give him my inspiration.
Okay.
And I'm also going to cast Enhance Ability. Of Enhance Ability, I want to do Cat's Grace. Well, actually, that would be... You don't get double advantage, do you? So that would be idiotic.
Yep.
Yeah.
It would just be advantage once.
Okay, so then I think I'm going to give him my inspiration, and then I'm going to go ahead and cast guidance on him, which will give him a +1d4.
Okay. So go ahead and do the 1d4 first, Zelos. And then I'll add the 4 onto whatever roll that I roll to choose from your pool of rolls. Alright, so go ahead and... So you're disarming the trap, basically, is what you're attempting to do, Zelos.
That's correct.
Okay. You're a pretty savvy guy with these mechanical traps, Zelos. You're as savvy as a rogue can be. The rogue can't be any better than except for 1 point of dexterity. So maybe you got +4 dex. You can have +5. That's the max you can have without having magic items. So you should be good, man.
And I want the rest of the party out of the room.
We don't have to go all the way out of the room, do we, do you think? I think it's just going to cave in on you, so we're good. Somebody's got to dig you out.
Watch this, everybody.
I'm sorry, but if it just burns us all up,
Watch
that's
this.
going to burn my ass and yours.
Watch
well,
this.
Even though my guy says he's weakened, I'm not weakened anymore, so I'm ready to take it. I'm swirling away up in the corner. I'm ready to go. I say we do it. You give me a countdown, Zelos, before you roll.
Watch this. This is going to be so awesome.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, so...
Hey, those are all pretty high. No matter what Dave rolls, those are pretty good rolls. We'll see what happens.
Alright, so Zelos, you are able to get this lock. You're able to get the string that's on the inside of this separated to where it's not going to, basically trigger the trap. Now, you also get the line separated from the chest, and as you work your way up the wall, you can see that there are these clay pot vials in the roof that would normally drop down. As you're taking this thing apart, getting it dismantled with your roll, you can see that there are 6 clay pots, probably full of an acid or poison or some type of noxious poison that is basically in these little clay pots, and they would drop down there in really flimsy clay pots, so it's not going to take much to break these. So you get the trap.
Are these pots sealed?
Yes, but they're not for traveling. These are for these are definitely not for traveling.
Okay. Is the box open?
The lock is you haven't opened it yet, but yes, the lock is disarmed. You got
now
the
you
trap.
can do
The trap's
your knock
disarmed.
spell.
All the traps are disarmed.
The lock and also the trap that was for moving the chest. Yes, it is disarmed.
Okay, so it's
Your rolls were all pretty good. You were worried about nothing, man.
Are
You
we good
did
to
good.
open the box here? We've got all traps disarmed.
You feel confident that nothing's going to happen. You feel rather
Okay, we're
confident.
going to open the box. I open the box.
All right, so when you open up the box, a sign pops out. Ping! And it says, "Congratulations, everyone is level 6."
Okay.
A magic XP sign bucket. I would have never thought.
So yes, as you get the chest open, a bunch of sparklers start going off and ribbons start shooting out, and a sign about 2.5, 3 feet wide pops up. This is "Congratulations, the party is now level 6."
Sweet. Now who's going to jump
We're
up on
going
the
by
desk
the
and do the Snoopy
milestones,
dance?
so they are level
Nobody?
6.
I'm
Legitimately.
thinking you, buddy.
I'm too fat to dance.
Yeah, we don't go by XP anymore in any of my games. I don't like the little management of you get 100 EXP for this and 20 EXP. We're just doing the milestones. I love the milestone system in 5e, and that's what I'm doing.
I like
So
it.
you guys, but that trap definitely was it was trapped pretty good. But you
All right.
disabled it.
How much gold and how many gems are in here?
Oh, just the sign and all of the sparklers and whatnot. All that stuff just popped out. Bing! And there you
Okay.
go. Congratulations,
So
everybody is level 6.
So the chest is worth more than the actual.
The chest probably has about a 200 to 300 gold value.
So can anybody shrink
If
down
you're-
chests? No. All right, never mind.
But
All right,
there
so
is
that's-
as you are delving through this chest, throwing shit out, going, what the hell is going on? You do find sort of like a horn that looks like a cornucopia at the bottom of the chest. So there is one thing as you think that nothing's there, and then all of a sudden, Tiberius is going, I know there's something down here, and he's flinging everything out, and he pulls out this little cornucopia horn.
And I turn to everybody, who's feeling horny?
Find out if it's magic.
Yeah, let's do a detect magic on that puppy. Nobody can really identify.
I
Tara, how
can.
about-
These
Yeah, let's.
these are
I'll hand it over to
arcanists.
Tara. I'll hand it over to Tara.
I can cast identify.
Yeah, let's figure out what this thing is for sure. Because I just finding out it's magic, whatever. It's gonna be magic. Freaking bone chest with experience pamphlets in it.
Maybe I'm just trying to read how you do it because I don't. This is one of the few spells I don't have set up.
So what's the spell? What's the spell say? You just roll, or does it just happen?
Detect magic, it gives
No,
you...
identify.
Oh, identify. Identify
Now,
is what I'm looking
what
at.
did... I need to...
Says you choose
check
one
something.
object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you'll learn its properties and how to use them.
All right, fantastic.
I'll know how many charges it has, if any.
So just deduct the points and.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
So that's a first level spell, or let's see, first level or second level.
I believe identify
First
is,
level.
is it first?
First level.
And you have
Yep.
you have 100 gold pieces worth of gems on you, right?
Oh, yep. I
Yep.
specifically bought one
Yep.
just for that spell.
Gotcha. All right, I will tell you what it is. I will send you a tell.
I hope it's the horn of turning people into elves.
Well, then, if that's
horn
the
of-
case, we would
The horn
use
of
it on you
elf
first.
turning.
The horn of elf turning. Let's just hope that does what I think it's gonna do.
I look at the party and I say, this is a horn of blasting.
cool.
Yeah, duh. That's what most horns are. Can you get a little more detailed on that? Identify, girl.
Let me pull this out for you.
Blasting a fire spell.
Can
So-
I kind of turn it around and look at it really carefully?
Horn of
Look at the
Blast.
barrel.
Blasting.
So as you use your identify, you learn everything about this horn. You can use an action to speak the horn's command word and then blow the horn, which emits a thunderous blast in a 30-foot cone that is audible up to 600 feet away. Each creature in the cone must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, and on that failed save, if the creature fails its saving throw, the creature will take 5d6 thunder damage and be deafened for 1 minute. Now, if the target has a successful Constitution saving throw, then the creature will take half that damage and does not have the deafened condition on it. Now, creatures and objects made of glass or crystal have disadvantage on saving throws and will take 10d6 thunder damage instead of 5d6. And here's the best thing about the horn. Each use of the horn's magic has a 20% chance of causing the horn to explode. The explosion deals 10d6 fire damage to the blower and destroys the horn.
Talk about
Oh my
powerful
gosh.
lips.
1 in 5.
So that is, yes, 20% chance to blow up on every use.
Well, guys, I already have a hat of swimming, So anybody wants to use the Horn of Blasting? Silverclaw, you have breath. Go.
I'm giving that to all my
Grimgar
5e
has
games
breath.
because
What
I
about
want
you,
them to
Zelos?
want to use that horn. Cause drama
Well,
in
five,
the
I wouldn't
games.
touch it with a 20-foot pole.
You
I'll
guys
take
should
it.
probably...
I'll take it.
Oh, Silverclaw's
Oh, you know
wanting it.
Silverclaw will.
I want it.
All right. I'm fine. I'm going to bow out of this. Tara, what about you? Do you want it?
Go ahead and put Horn of
I
Blasting
pass.
in brackets, whoever takes it. It will pop
I
up.
would not survive that blast.
Yeah, and on your character sheet, put that under the under one of the miscellaneous things under magic items on the right hand side of equipment. Just put Horn of Blasting in brackets.
Okay.
Chances
It
are
only
that
damages the guy blowing it, not the whole party.
Well,
Yeah.
as long as you're not within the 30-foot cone.
So don't give it to Kribgar because he's the guy that always likes to play instruments. Hey guys,
No,
I've
the
got a horn.
30-foot
Listen
cone
to this.
is the blast.
Yes,
Blows up. What
correct.
does it do? Make a fireball?
It just hits the. It doesn't say. So I'm sure it would
Just hits the
probably
guy that blows the horn.
exactly. It would just blow up and hit the person hitting on the horn, blowing
It
the
have to
horn.
be 30 feet from him at all times.
if any of us was going to survive that kind of a blast, it would probably be Silverclaw. So
Yeah, you need a lot of hit points to do that.
Plus Silverclaw already blows, so it works out.
Silverclaw's pretty daring. He kept attacking that ooze with his magical weapon, even though it could have permanently damaged it. He kept taking saving throws for it. He didn't mess
So Dave,
around.
you say daring? I don't know if I have this. I don't think you know what that means. Just kidding, buddy. You're my favorite of all the Dragonborn on the team, except for Kribgar. All right. So we're all charged up. We've pretty much searched this room. Now we still have this piece of paper, but that piece of paper wasn't magical, and there's nothing really magical per se in this room. So I don't know how in the world saying a term would work.
Just the
without
slimy
any magic.
throne, and like I said, the walls are basically scraped with a charcoal black with these little magical stars. But over time, by the end of your 8-hour rest, the stars have kind of faded and dwindled to nothing. So it's just basically a black scorched room.
Black
Was
scorched
it
room.
blasting horn or just horn?
Horn of Blasting. Horn of Blasting in brackets.
well, I pick up the parchment with the word on it. I mean, did it
And
say the horn?
you guys are level 6, so after tonight's game, I'll help everybody with leveling up your characters if you need any help, and we'll roll hit points and all that good stuff too. If you guys want to roll hit points or take your stack and number, I know some of you like to roll, so we won't worry about that now, though. All right, so what do you think? What do you guys think, guys and
Guys,
gals?
I think we need to probably take a look at the slime, and we need to take a look at that throne. I'll do a nature check. I don't know if it's a nature check for slime or if it's a dungeon
It's
check.
just
I don't even know.
just slime. It's
just
just
regular
a
slime?
yeah. It's just like a water that's kind of accumulated from the bottom of the wall, because it kind of sits down into a hole a little bit, and water's kind of seep through the bottom of the stone. And plus,
it's like this-
mixed up
like
with what's his name sitting in the throne, it's kind of made it just a little slimy. You can
Yeah,
get
so
in there
the
and
Bullywug's been sitting there, and that's
what he does. He just sits in a corner and probably just stares at all the stars that he conjures on the walls. Old Pharblex.
So,
Let's take a. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Everybody's
for-
excited. They're all working at the same time now.
Yeah, but before we go any further, Dave, the command word for the horn is going to be in Draconic, Dragon's Roar.
Dragon's Roar? Okay.
In
All right.
Draconic.
All right. Dragon's Roar in Draconic. That is your activation word. And I know you will use the hell out of that horn. But just remember, 20% chance, buddy.
20% of chance of it blowing up.
Yeah, 20% chance.
Dave, do I get a small warning beforehand so that way I can toss it to
No.
Tiberius?
Yep, you sure
doesn't
will
do that.
as you take the 10d6 fire damage. That's the warning that you get.
Best
Alright.
you can do there is just point it at him.
But who wants to sit on the throne? Now, I have a hankering to sit on the throne.
Go for it.
Sure, you get up on the throne and nothing happens. You know, you're just
I mean, he doesn't slide
a little
right
slimy.
off of it
No,
into the puddle.
no, he
like-
doesn't.
I'll sit there and I'll say, kneel, kneel,
No
kneel to
justice.
your king. Anybody
Thanks for the
kneeling?
follows,
Everybody
guys.
just
I appreciate
kinda
it.
leaves the room.
Oh well.
I think
Sir
that'd be,
Monticus
quite
and
good
Big
for future
Snood.
reference.
Thank you guys for the follow. Sir Monticus and Big Snood. Thank you guys. Appreciate
We
it.
come across something and we forget the name.
You know, as we're leaving this room, I'm going to say security here is really lacking. I mean, we were down here for, what, 1 hour rest?
Well,
and
just
then
think how much shit you've killed too.
They got to
Bark, bark, bark.
castle. They know they could.
Farley, thank you, man. Appreciate it,
Farley.
Farley. Thank you very much for your re-up, Farley. Thank you.
By the way, did we investigate
Mage
that
802?
chamber enough
Thank
to
you.
know if there are any
Mage 802, thank
big
you very much.
sections of cracks on the wall or something like that?
It is starting to, stink pretty good of dead dead bullywugs. Now, Zelos, you were talking about what now? You're wondering something?
Basically, I'm asking this: do I need to walk around the walls in that lower chamber in Sager's ear a lot?
No, nothing happens.
Okay.
You try it. You're kind of whispering you're being the wall whisperer and whispering, Brazier. Nothing's happening.
Excellent.
Thank you very much, Farley. I
Now make
appreciate
sure
it.
you're
man.
saying Drazier and not Braziers.
Yeah,
Just
Brazier,
FYI.
yes, like what I just did.
That's right. Well, do you guys want? How do we want to handle this? Do you guys want to look for secret doors? Is that what you were saying, Zelos? Or were you just trying to open it
Could
with?
be the password for the portal.
Yeah, but where's the? Oh, I see
It
what you're
could
saying.
be
Yeah.
the password for the portal. Yes.
Fair point.
But what do we have left in this cavern to explore? We need to get in the water and go to the south now?
Hey, Dave, I've been wondering, what's with all the colored walls in this chamber?
It's like I told you the first time I explained it. I guess you may not have been listening, but there are blue, green, and yellow luminescent etchings of frogs on the walls.
Okay.
And this is, carved around all of the niches in the wall that have these frogs, these carvings of frogs from the size of a small halfling or gnome fist up to the size of a small pumpkin.
Okay, I thought you were talking about those little
Third time I've
statues.
said that now.
This is where Lady Frogs go to see Pharblex's etchings.
And they take glitter guns with them. All right, guys, let's go ahead and head out then. And if we're heading this way, let's go ahead and try to go south and go back towards that, maybe the water if we haven't gone. Oh, wait, we can go south the other way as well. Or, I'm sorry, I said south, but I think we can go north in one of these
I
areas.
think there's a passageway up to the north here.
Yeah, that is and Kadojo, that is the passageway that you were able to determine that the mist is creeping out
It's
from
coming
that direction.
Now, has the
Alright.
mist spread, or is it still just in the
It's the
same
same.
square area?
It's pretty much the same.
Kadoja, we're going to ask if it missed you.
There's a very large room in front of us, fellas.
Are you stealthing in?
Well, I've walked to this point.
It is very misty, and the mist in this room travels up to about your waist height, up to about 3 to 4 feet.
Are we going slightly downhill into this mist, or is
No.
it just thicker up here?
Yeah, it's just thicker. It seems to be temperature-wise, seems to be a little colder also.
Good to know. Let's keep walking. Zelos, are you kind of just looking around And we're just
Chamber
following
seems
you?
empty. No types of markings on the walls, no niches, no frog representation here at all. Just a big empty room.
I'm about to come to a corner though, so I'm gonna stealth up to that corner.
All right, give me your stealth check.
Hey, don't forget to yell Drazir every time you get a chance.
Okay, so you're able to, you feel pretty confident that you're weaving your way around the edge of the wall, slinking up against it and keeping your hands on the wall as you're kind of scooting back and forth. And as you get closer, you start to see, as you start to work your way more westerly into the chamber, you can see a very dim light on the ground.
Where?
You know, you can
On
actually,
the ground.
Yeah, over this way, over towards the west. It is a very dim, sort of like a little brighter light, a little brighter white than what the color of the mist is, and also just a couple different color shades of blue.
I'm going to stop right here because I can see the far reaches of the room, and I can't see anything in it.
Yeah, it's sort of like a blue, light bluish glow, and there's some flickering between the two different colors. But the mist is really thick here, so you can't see. You can see the lights coming. You know, you can see the glow coming up through the mist, but you can't see anything. And it's over in this area here.
Well, this could be the portal, folks. Portal is supposed to empty into the mountains.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, is this mist being caused by Coal Mountain here, flowing into this cave?
Well, it's got to be because we know it's not magical.
Possible.
So let's keep going.
Is the mist moving? We see
The
any
mist-
air currents or
The mist
eddies in
is.
the mist?
Yeah, it looks like it's coming up from this area, sure, and you can see that it's flowing out into the chamber where you just came. All right, so as you get closer, Zelos, you do notice, you know, as you're kind of wafting away I guess you would probably be wafting away the smoke, trying to waft it away a little bit. You can see that there is an inscription that is on the floor. And this is what you see. And as you get closer, Zelos, now it really starts to illuminate the room. And now everyone can see that there is this beautiful white, light blue, and dark blue etching on the floor of this cavern, of this chamber.
Can anyone make out what's written around the outside edge?
Tara, you have Arcana, right?
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
like
say,
Arcana?
can I do an Arcana check?
Sure. Nice roll.
There you go.
You know, you're down there looking at it. You're looking around, and you're able to piece together that this is a two-way portal. Now, this two-way portal, this does require a password to step through. Now,
I wonder what that password is.
Now, as you're looking, you can see that there are several mountain symbols that are represented on this rune, and this is an Elvish. This is in like an ancient Elvish language, and it does say Greypeak Mountains.
Right. So I relay that to the party. This appears to be our portal.
I suggest that we all get within the portal and say the word. Should we go one at a time?
Oh, we should just do it all at the same time. What's the worst that could happen?
Right, we all go straight to hell.
Just face Silverclaw, face the party, and use the horn of blasting.
Oh no! Don't do it. All right, I'm gonna jump in there as well. I mean, I would have done a detect magic, but obviously, Tara, you've determined that this is a two-way portal. Jump on here and let's make sure that we have the password to go at least one
How
way.
do we know this thing doesn't create a opening hole compared to just instant transportation?
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Hey, worst case is we all die together as we live.
Brazier.
Well, Tara just did pretty much give you the breakdown of all of the arcanic symbols of this portal.
Plus, it's ancient Elvish, which I actually took that in Elvish high school. Ancient Elvish, so.
She kind of gives him a little Tiberius little pat on the head. And, yeah, that's it. My elven friend.
Looks Elvish to me. All right, let's do it.
He was on the short bus.
Zelos, why don't you say it? Let's see what happens
I
when you
did.
go. All right. Well,
Brazier.
So as you say Drazir, Zelos disappears. Instantly
sweet.
disappears.
I say it
Zelos
as well.
only disappeared. All right, well, that's good enough. All right, guys, let's keep looking. No, I just...
See y'all.
Nice.
Sucker!
I say Drazir.
All right.
I
Misty,
say the word as well.
she disappears.
Drazir.
Krivgar disappears. Tiberius disappears.
Drazir.
And then Kanojo blows the horn of blasting. I think you
It
should do it.
dies.
I dare you, Kanojo. No.
1 in 20.
You're gonna make a
20%.
magic in. You're
1
gonna
in
make
5.
a magic. It's like that magic inception, magic inside of a magic. It's not a good sign.
Kanojo, are you speaking the word that everyone else has spoken? Or what are you doing?
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
5.
Drazir. Drazir.
Alright, so Kanojo, you disappear also.
Hey.
Alright, so as everyone is, it seems like you're traveling through the astral plane. Everyone is, you can see stars streaking past you. You can see ships floating in space. Actually, real wooden ships floating through space, and the stars are just streaking past you. And all of a sudden, all of this starts to slow down, and it feels like you are now starting to fall. And nobody can see. You cannot see each other. Everybody, you just don't know what is going on. So as you feel like the bottom has fallen out of you, you're falling. All of a sudden, you can start to see a bright light, and this engulfs your vision. And all of a sudden, it starts to dissipate, and you see something in front of you. And let me head over here and do this real quick. It's kind of hard to do things as you're using push to talk. Damn it,
You
Jen.
tell me about it. No,
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
So I better yell, "Don't go into the light," just so Zelos doesn't think that he's dead.
And the cleric dies before reaching the end of the portal.
Snap!
If I get a really bad headache and start thinking I'm human. Oh.
So as everyone, the brightness basically dissipates. Everybody is in a nice wooded area. Now this wooded area is beautiful.
In the background.
The first thing that you sense is the massive temperature change. This is actually quite chilly to where you can see, the breath. As you breathe, you can see the frost coming out of, or the steam coming off of your breath. You can hear, the sounds of birds chirping throughout the forest. You can hear in the background, you can hear a wolf howling. And you are at this you are basically standing in almost the identical rune of what you just were stepping on within the bottom of the caverns of the bottom of Castle Naerytar. Now, the location that you're at has 2 stone obelisks, one on each side of this rune. And in front of you, there is an old multi-story lodge or house, probably about 300 to 400 yards in front of you. There's a small bush line and tree line to where you're at, and you can see that there's about 200, I would say about 100 to 200 feet on the left of this lodge and on the right of this lodge before you start to run into more woods. You see nothing. You see no activity. You see no animals. You see no cultists. You see no half-dragons. No Resmir. Nothing.
What about the sounds, Dave? Do I hear the sounds of like birds chirping and stuff, or is it like
you do.
deathly quiet?
You do. As the sun is starting to go down, you can start to hear that the crickets are starting to come out. But you can still hear birds. You can hear a couple of owls, and so this is where we're gonna.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, how about looking up? I want to know if I'm on the same planet or plane or something. So I wanted to look up at the skies and see if there's like extra planets or stars or anything.
Yeah, as you look up, there's this tremendous mountain range all around you. You know, it's very cold,
it's encircled us.
Not encircled you, but you can see that the mountain range extends as far as you can see. You know, from north to south and east to west. I mean, you're basically in the middle of this range.
Okay. Good to know.
And this is where we're going to end the game. You guys are, congratulations. You guys really are level 6 now. That little sign popping up out of the treasure chest that said congratulations. That was no joke. You guys are literally level 6 now. So congratulations, you guys are level 6 in D&D 5e.
Yay!
That is awesome. So this is probably the lodge that your new companion, Tara, was telling you about. And you guys are actually it's quite cold outside. There is a definite temperature change. Welcome to the Greypeak Mountains, everyone.
Lucky for me, I'm really hot naturally.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to end it here because this is actually a great stopping point.